Hi, my name is Monique Gillming. Chasing the Cure, you and I have so much in common, and I'm so excited to be with you here today. My chase for the cure started 6 years ago. I was a director of a software company across the US, and I've always, my whole life, had a relentless drive, an achieving and maximizing spirit. I loved to work. I loved my career, and I loved to work out. 6 years ago, I was a CrossFitter, and I was flipping a tractor tire in a race, and I heard a pop in my right arm, and that day changed my life forever. I was diagnosed with a broken arm, and it was casted. And after that, it never healed. I went back complaining of terrible pain in the arm. And I was told that I probably had a minor sprain. I was told that I was starting to develop a little bit of arthritis in the arm. But I was denied an MRI. They told me that they almost never MRI the elbow. And so after a year and a half of physical therapy that led to 6 months more of shots in the arm and treatments, we walked away to get a second opinion. And when we walked in the door that day, they took a look at me after 30 minutes and they said, "Monique, something is very wrong." You see, I was suffering terribly. The pain was so crazy. It just overwhelmed me. I would just sweat from the pain. And I would just cry out from the pain. And so that day they did a nerve conductor test, which I failed terribly. And after the MRIs came back, they told me that I would need Tommy John surgery in the elbow. I would need a donor tendon. I would need ulnar nerve surgery. I would need repair of the elbow. I would need 4 hooks in the shoulder and 5 titanium strips because the shoulder had actually detached and was off of the socket in front of the arm. After those surgeries, I started to feel like I was on fire. I walked into my physical therapist's office after my second surgery, and upon physical touch, I vomited. After a few months, the vomiting turned into seizures with physical touch. You see, I would scream that I was on fire. The burning was out of control.
Help me.
We're trying to, baby.
Help me.
There you go. Take a breath. That's it. Just breathe. Just breathe.
I'm burning.
I know. You're on fire?
Why can't they help me?
I don't know.
It feels like lava melting down my arms. And that fire grew. It grew down into my fingertips. It grew up into my neck and into my head, where I would lose control of my eye. I would lose control of my lips. And then the fire moved down into my leg, where I would urinate on myself and I would have no control of the urine, where I would develop bruises and red streaks and swelling red spots all over from the arm and down the legs, that my toes would cramp up and look like this, purple and red, in agony. I started treatment for complex regional pain syndrome 2 years ago when I was diagnosed. And this year they've told me that they've used every tool in the book on me. I've had spinal stimulators and nerve blocks and surgeries and shots and procedures. In the beginning of January, with my seizures, they started to not be able to get me to come out of my seizures. They would do the squirts up the nose when my husband or my caretaker would call 911, and I would stop breathing. The pain was so bad that I would start to black out and I wouldn't be breathing. The pain was so bad that I would lay in the bed and scream and scream. I would lay in the hospital and scream in pain.
Oh, God, help me. Oh, God, help me.
I started to lose my eyesight, and I've started to develop all of these black spots that happen before I black out, and the dizziness when I try to stand in the pain. It overwhelms me. I'm confined to a wheelchair now. I used to be somebody that could run 8 miles in a day. I used to go to every fitness class. I used to thrive in the workforce. And we've lost everything chasing the cure. I'm not sure how people do it, because when you're chasing the cure, you can't work. And you're fighting for disability tooth and nail, which means you need to go to your doctor's appointments and you need to stay on track. But how can you pay for them when you don't make any money? What's broken me most is to see my family suffer alongside of me. So 2 years ago, I started what is in the works of becoming a nonprofit. And we have tens of thousands of followers. People all over the world reaching out and praying for the cure for me. When we heard about your TV show, I've probably had at least 57 people message me this week alone saying, Monique, you've got to get on this show. The nonprofit that I started is called Chronic Hope. You see, we reach for people in their pain, no matter what kind of pain it is. We see others as their pain is greater than our own, and we give them compassion. See, I started to join all these support groups, and they were so depressing. I didn't understand how people could get better in them. And I wanted people to have a safe place where they could come and share their story and receive hope, no matter what religion or what background or what kind of pain that they had, that it would be a place that they were safe. Because when we're chasing the cure, we don't feel safe. We feel alone. I never imagined that pain could feel this way. I would do anything to not live on fire every day. And I need you. I need your help. I need all the thousands of followers that follow me on Facebook and in my Chronic Hope that I've started, my nonprofit. I need all of them to know that there's hope. So we're trusting in you, and we're chasing the cure. Can you look me up on Facebook, Monique Gillming? Could you follow me? Could you follow my story? There are businesses all over. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, that are all supporting me. Groups coming together. But every doctor I see, no one has the cure. You see, we call 911, and they come, and I'm not breathing, and no one knows how to touch me. No one knows how to help me. All they know how to do is to give me ketamine and put me to sleep to stop the screaming and the burning. I'm not looking for a Band-Aid. I'm looking for the cure. And I'm not giving up. I'm fighting every day. And there are too many people out there with CRPS and no hope. You see, we could call 100 ambulances to the house to come. And out of all of them, maybe 1 or 2 would know what complex regional pain syndrome is. In my experience, in 6 years, we've had 1 EMT that had heard of CRPS. Every other person has no idea. We go into the emergency room and the doctors have no idea. We have to carry a book with instructions. Oh, I would love to have instruction for you. I would love to find hope in you. Would you give me a shot? I won't let you down. I'm bringing everything. I'm bringing my whole tribe of Chronic Hope. And we're coming. And we want to fight. We want to fight. Thank you for your valued time. We appreciate you so much. I've always imagined speaking at a conference and having Alicia Keys come out and sing "This Girl is on Fire." Because I wake up and I go to sleep every day on fire. But I have hope. Thank you so much for your time. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.